guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree if you are new here, and in today's video I just want to do like a simple summer glam makeup look. I realized I forgot to put on my rings, but I'm just far too lazy to get up and get them right now, so I'll get them later. But if you guys want to hang out and see like a simple summer glam makeup look, then just keep on watching. I'm realizing in hindsight that this timeline is going to be very funny, but whatever. I was originally going to film and had scheduled like just to get ready with me, right? And then I was like, I don't know. Didn't really feel like doing that, you know? Even though this is technically still just like a get ready with me, but usually in those videos I have like things to talk about, and I just like really don't have anything to talk about today. But I was just like, I was editing another video and I was talking about like summer makeup, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do like a summer glam, not realizing that I'm filming for August, which is fine. That's still summer. That's still like so summer, you know? But it just dawned on me as I was putting on my eyeshadow primer that right around this video, I'm gonna have like an early fall makeup look. Okay, so for today's look, I'm gonna use the Luna Magic Desnuda palette, which is very fall, but also kind of summery as well. Very in between, which is perfect. And I'm going to start out with a very tiny blending brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Eccentric. It's a super pigmented palette, so I'm not going to pick up a ton. And I'm just going to add a little bit of definition to my outer corner and take it into my crease just a little bit. I wanted this makeup look to be like kind of orangey, but not orange, if you know what I mean. So I'm going with like tans and like orangey browns. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth between these two, looking straight forward, and just make sure I have them matching. And then I'm gonna jump in with a blending brush, and I'm gonna go into the shade Lover and use that to blend this out and kind of finish up that crease definition. And that's seriously it for the mattes. Last but not least, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go into the shade Exotic, which is like hands down one of my absolute favorite shimmer shadows ever. And rather than like pressing it, I'm just going to kind of, or like swiping it, I'm going to kind of pat it in so it diffuses it and kind of like has an almost glittery presence to it. And I'm going to take that kind of up into my crease as well. And then last but not least, I'm going to go take just a tiniest little bit of Sister and kind of press that on my outer corner to kind of just meet those two together. That's it. Super easy. I'm going to go put on a small wing and my base, and I will be right back. And then for cream bronzer, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer in Sunkissed. And then just going in with my velour puff for my forehead. Nothing too crazy. This is a much lighter bronzer than some of my other ones, which in turn is going to make it look like a much more natural bronze. And then I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to grab my cream blush, which is the LYS Higher Standard. I think it's like the Cream Glow blush. Look how messy it gets though. This is in the shade Curvy. This is the one blush formula that I like keep going back and forth on how I prefer to apply it. I actually genuinely think I might prefer to apply this with a brush instead of a velour puff. I don't know, it's just like a little bit difficult to blend. Okay, and then even though I'm like fully aware of the fact that summer is like very glowy makeup, I cannot fucking stand the sensation of my face being unset. So I'm gonna go set all my makeup off or set down my face off camera, and I will be right back. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder bronzer. I'm gonna use the Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in Light, but I'm actually gonna go into the darker, well, I'm gonna use the lighter shade for my nose and then the darker shade for my actual bronze. And so I'm just setting down that cream bronzer with powder bronzer, and that cream and this powder work really well together because this one can be a little bit too much on my skin tone, but that cream bronzer is too light, so they just kind of complement each other nicely. And also I figured if there was ever a time for me to use the deeper shade in this palette, it's gonna be during the summer, you know? And then really quick, I'm gonna grab the brush that I used to kind of blend out my eyeshadow. I'm gonna pick up just a little bit of it, and I'm gonna take that just around the very outer edge. I don't always do this, but I was feeling like the blend needed something a little bit more, and this is just gonna make everything very seamless. If you want to keep it like very peachy orangey, you could also do it with your blush instead of your bronzer. Okay, and then really quick before I do like my cheeks, I'm just gonna finish up my under eyes. So I'm gonna take this really tiny shader brush and I'm gonna go into Eccentric and just smoke this under my lower lash line on like the outer half. It's gonna kind of pull my eye like that. And then for blush, I'm gonna start out with the Disney Ulta Beauty palette. I'm gonna go into the shade Phantasmic, just to kind of warm this back up a little bit. And then using that exact same brush, I'm going to use Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso to add a glow. And then in a lot of cases when I'm doing my base, I will sometimes use like a sheer glowy powder to make my skin more glowy but still be set. I think I'm going to stick with kind of a more matte with like targeted glow with highlight today, I think. But I'm going to shake it up in a slightly different way. Typically I spray my face after I've done my all my powders, including my highlight. I'm going to spray my face first. I'm going to spray my face first. I was trying to say before and first, and I just came out with for. So I don't want it to be like soaking wet when I do this, so I'm just going to wait a second to start to sink in a little bit. I can do my inner corners. And I'm just using the Revlon Skin Lights Highlight in Daybreak Glimmer. I did a little bit too soon on my inner corner, and I picked up a little bit of powder. So I'm honestly just going to pack on some more highlight right there. It's not typically where I would put highlight, but... Alright, I'm actually going to use a much more concentrated highlight brush today. I don't know, I feel like having the highlight like in a very concentrated spots. I do love like diffusing out my highlight, but I don't know. I like shaking it up a little bit. This side was more damp than this side was. Alright, I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my face and I will be right back. Alright, so this is the final look. I am obsessed with the way that it turned out. It's very simple, which was the whole point, but just like a pretty simple summer makeup look, and I feel like this really just like exudes summer, so I'm very happy with that. But comment down below and let me know how you do makeup for the summer. Do you just like really tone it back? Do you not wear anything? Do you, wear a lot of warm tones, still do the same amount of makeup, just maybe change colors, stuff like that? I would love to hear all about it down below. Please subscribe if you have not already. It would mean the world to me. Like this video, ring the bell, do all the things. I hope that you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!